Yo, yo, yo. What up, Facebook? What up, YouTube? What's going on, guys? Okay. Who do we got? Who do we got? Okay, if you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Darren Little. I'm tuning in from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And I want to talk to you today about some of the stuff that I've been seeing online that's been coming out. And shockingly, it's been coming from people that I would consider to be humble servant leaders, right? And the interesting thing about what's going on right now in this time, okay, in a crisis time, is that there's people out there that will try and prey on people, okay, and hoarding toilet paper, buying an entire meat section, loading your entire shopping cart up with sanitizers. Okay, I can see that. People that are. I mean, my whole Safeway was cleaned out of toilet paper. So just out of curiosity, I went online, and people were selling one roll of toilet paper for $44. Right? That's a totally different ball game. Okay, but in the event that you are a heart-centered leader and you're in this industry for the people, right, to transform people's lives and to help them understand how to step into their personal power, how to step into leadership, how to get branded, what type of content to use, how do you become the attractor factor, this is totally different, right? And it should be business as usual. Like in our industry, it should be like nothing has changed. If you're a heart-centered leader and you're in this for the people, then you should just be business as usual. But in the event that you're going and making posts on the internet, trying to make people feel badly for just doing business as usual, something's not right about that, guys. Okay, something's not right about that. Now, toilet paper hoarding or sanitizer loading up your whole basket or buying out the entire meat section, I can see that, right? Because those are people that try to take advantage of people. But when you have people in our industry that are actually transforming people's lives and helping them step into their personal power, helping them to become leaders, to try and flip that script to try to make it seem like those people are doing something bad when they're actually trying to help people create a safety net so that they're going to be able to function, right? So they're going to be able to function. So let's see who we got tuning in here real quick here, and then I'm going to talk about this in detail. California, welcome, Mark Presswood. Great to see you. He's live. We got a Facebook user tuning in. Hello, hello. Brad is tuning in from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Great to have you here. David is ready. Awesome, David. Great to see you here. We've got David Bolus live from Missouri. Awesome. We've got Angeline live from New York. Awesome. We've got Magic Brad. All right. Absolutely look out for the sharks. We got Martin tuning in from Dublin, Ireland. Yo, 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 Ron. Great and blessed Sunday to you and yours from Delaware. Good to see you here. Mark Presswood, no shit. I've seen that too. Horrible, says Angeline. Hey, Dorinda, welcome to the broadcast. Leor, welcome. How are you? WTF, the loser scooping up the entire freaking store. It blows me away. Mark McGarry, how are you? Great to see you here. Trevor, if not things are growing, people need us RN. Okay, I'm not too sure exactly what that means. F the hype with bad intentions to hurt the people. I agree with that. Miriam, how are you? Tuning in from Canada. Jonathan Dunkerley, how are you, sir? This will either show you care genuinely for others or only pretend to genuinely care about others. People see right through fake intentions. I agree with that. We got a Facebook user tuning in. Hey, Darren. Hey, Facebook user. Queensboro, Georgia. Jonathan, how are you? Another person tuning in from LA. Finally got a notification for live. John, hope you made a safe trip. Good to see you here. Angeline says, let's do this. Andrea Kelly, good to see you back. Way to go. Tatiana, how are you? Good to see you here. Jorn, tuning in from the Netherlands. We've got Rob Proctor. I wonder if he's related to Bob Proctor. Hello, hello. Mike Rizzitiello, Darren is on fire. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hey, Rockstar, hope is all well, buddy. I'm not too sure who that is, but let me know who it is. Big OK sign. And Darius Edwards, how are you? Tuning in. Leors from Israel. And MX Albert says, how are you? I'm doing great. Thank you. Guys, I want to address this because when I started in this industry over 3 decades ago, this was drilled into me from my own millionaire mentors. And I have lived by this all the way through my entire career. And they said to me, Darren, it's not about how much money that you make in our industry. It's about how many people on your team can you lift up and give wings and help them make a full-time income. So in the event that you're the only person on your team that can show an income story, okay? So in other words, if you've made 100 grand, but you've got no 3 grands, 5 grands, 10 grands, 20 grands, 30 grands, 40 grands, 50 grands within your team, then you're a ego-centered leader. You're not a heart-centered leader. You're not in it for the people. You're in it to line your own pockets, okay? And that is a problemo, in my opinion, okay? That is called preying on the people. That is a totally different ball game. Now, in the event that you are transforming people's lives. So let me give you an example. In one particular income stream that I'm in, where I lead the team, I've made 321,000, just over 321 grand, okay? But the team, okay, the team has made almost $4 million. So my portion is a little tiny percentage of the entire team. It's not me touting my income and everybody else has crumbs. There's people that are 20 years old that made $250,000 in 18 months. There's people that were only making $160 a month working full-time in Mexico, right? Working for AT&T call center that have now gone on to make $265,000 in just over 2 years, okay? There's single moms. There's people that were living on their credit cards that made over $350,000. There's people that had never made any money in their entire lifetime that are now having $1,000 days. Samuel Mojica Jr. was working at the bread factory, and his very first month he made $23,000. So, you know, I actually took some of the posts quite offensively, quite frankly, you know, because in the event that a person is a heart-centered leader, they're always putting out value to the marketplace. They're always helping people to step into their power, to change their mindset, to change limiting beliefs so that they can step into leadership and learn skills so that they can transform not only their life, but other people's lives. They become a ripple in their family, a ripple in their community, a ripple in their church. And through the power of the internet, they become a ripple globally all around the world. Okay, that's what our industry is about, guys. Okay, that's what our industry is about. And quite frankly, I was shocked, right, to see some of the posts from, you know, people that I would consider to be heart-centered leaders, almost like they're, you know, throwing shit on people because it's, you know, to me, it's business as usual. It should be business as usual in the event that you're a heart-centered leader and you're in this industry for the people, okay? Now, in fact, I put out a post that I'd gone to Google and just pulled news network stuff that was happening about the airline industry laying off 50%, 75% of all their workers, the hotel industry, the restaurant industry, the bars, the nightclubs, the lounges, right? Any place of social gathering where people are meeting are completely locked down, right? Some of the places are still doing fast food or delivery for pickup, but they, they're the social distancing. Even I went to Rona today to pick up a few things for my dad, and my mom and dad just came back from Maui, so they're in quarantine for 14 days. And my dad wanted to go out and do some gardening, but he needed some stuff, so I went into Rona and picked up a few things for them. But there's only a certain amount of people allowed in the store. And even when you're standing in line, you have to be 6 feet apart and standing in line to pay for your goods. Okay. So, but think about all the people that were waiters, waitresses, people that are bartenders. There's literally 20% of all of the people that are finding themselves with no income. Now, if you know the stats, guys, if you know what the actual stats are, 63% of people in North America don't even have $500 for an emergency state. Okay. Now, in the event that those people are not now having some sort of red alert wake up call that they better get a plan B and fast before they're in a tailspin, and now they don't even have a waking chance. And now they got to go through employment insurance and go through this whole process to try to get income. Well, most families can't last if they don't take a sense of urgency and do something about it right now. Okay. So I took that data, okay, and I put it on on my post, and I said, now's the time that you need to learn new skills. Okay. You got to take charge. You got to take responsibility and move into action right away. You can't be in a spiral zone where the human condition is now going to take over. Okay. Just the human condition alone, guys, just so you know, 80% of our self-talk, just as a baseline, unless you're on the path of personal development, is going to be negative. Okay. That is the human condition. We as human beings beat ourselves up. So what happens when a trauma comes along? So we already beat ourselves up anyway. So now we got all of this other pressure that comes in, and we beat ourselves up even more. Okay. That's just the regular baseline. Okay. So a couple people chimed into the post. Now, people that are on the personal development, people that are on the path of heart-centered leaders chimed in and said, great post, Darren, way to go, right? We really appreciate what you do for the industry. And then other people chimed in and said, I can't believe that you would do this and try to take advantage of the people. Huh? What? So let me understand. The 17-year-old kid that made 50 grand in 6 weeks, and the 21-year-old kid that had $23,000 first month, I can't even land this in my brain. Okay. There's a difference between an ego-centered leader that is only concerned about lining their own pockets. And trust me, there's a lot of those people out there, and heart-centered leaders that go to the end of the earth for their people, day or night, 24 hours a day, to make sure that their people get to their personal breakthrough. And in the event that somebody is doing this with their income, right? Look at me, look at me, look at me, look how great I am, look how great I am. But there's never a single success story. Why is that? Why is that? Think about that. So if the leaders made 100 grand and there's no 3 grands, 5 grands, 10 grands, 20 grands, 30 grands, 40 grands within their team, then they're an ego-centered leader. They're not in it for the people. They're in it to line their own pockets. And there's a big difference. And it's important that you know the difference, so that when you're looking to get to a breakthrough, that when you're looking to go to the next level, the first thing that you should ask when you see an income story is to see a minimum of 5 rags to riches stories from people that had no experience at all in marketing, that are now living a life of freedom. That is what you want to look for. Okay. That is what you want to look for. Now, truth be known, guys, we're in an industry of personal development and leadership. Okay. Personal development and leadership. So why should whatever's going on in the world, right? alter your path in the event that you're a heart-centered leader in the first place. You should be just doing what you regularly do, right? And then I've seen other people that have come down on people like Grant Cardone, or people that have given like a dramatic discount to their training programs to try to help the people. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that that's a bad thing, right? They're trying to help the people. So what now? So there's a world crisis. So now, because you're doing business, that you should be like spanked or something, or slapped across the face because you're actually trying to help the people. This doesn't make any sense, guys. This does not make any sense to me whatsoever on why people would be putting out these posts. Now, in the event that you're a money grabber, and there's tons of people out there that are like that tout their income, but why isn't anybody on their team getting to be a full-time income earner? Why isn't anybody on their team rising as they're rising? So they promote that they made a $20,000 day. Where's the single mom story? Where's the student story? Where's the blue collar worker? Where's the electrician that lost his job? Where's the person that's down and out, that has maxed out credit cards, that really needs the help? So where are they getting the $20,000 from? Think about this. Where's the money coming from? And why aren't other people rising in the process? And this is the difference of what I'm talking about. Okay, this is the difference of what I'm talking about. Okay, let's just see who's joining in here. Okay, Facebook user says, "Hey, bro, thanks for sharing. You're absolutely welcome. Congratulations on everyone tuning in. You're in the right place for value. Appreciate that, Mark." Bob says, "Hi, bro." Hi, Bob. How are you? Rob says, "How do I get a Black Ops hat visor?" Those will be coming out when we roll out the Black Ops Live website, Rob. Okay, Bob says, okay. David, couple tags, awesome. Bob says, "You're right." Chrissy says, "Hey, awesome live." I appreciate that, Chrissy. Bob's Jazz says, "Don't lie." I agree. Think of the lives that Tony, I think you meant Tony Robinson, Tony Robbins, help the people become their passions during doing the things they love doing. Awesome. We need to step up as leaders and help our teams win. Absolutely, says Mark. The ripple effect. That's what our industry is about. Totally agree, Darren, says Dorinda. Crazy how money amplifies the ego. Yes, it does. It's amazing how much you care for the people, Darren. I appreciate that, Leo. That's what was drilled into me, right, for 3 decades, guys. Okay, what my millionaire mentor said to me is that it's not about your income, Darren. It's about how many people on your team you can lift up and give wings to fly. If you're the only person within your team that has a big income story and everybody else has crumbs, you have failed in the industry. That's what they told me. So it's not about your income. It's about how many people on your team you're lifting up and helping to step into their power, to understand the difference between a corporate America business model and a leadership business model. And they are like apples and oranges, guys. And this is the reason that the failure rate is at 97%. People don't understand the business model. That's the problem. The hospitality industry here in New York, huge loss in business. It's very, very sad. It has impacted our family. Sorry to hear that. Same here in Ireland, the 6-foot rule. I'm so thankful and counting my blessings. Awesome. John says huge losses. Jonathan says great opportunity to help a lot of people for the long term. Huge losses in income in New York in the hospitality industry. This is an incredible opportunity to help others raise their vibrations. We're needed more now than before. Our growth right now is so important. You're absolutely correct. 6-foot rule here in New York. This is the reason everyone should be listening to true mentors with the true signal and solutions to solve problems. I totally agree with you. Qualified buyers. What an impact the clues are left in the message. Their comments are an outward projection of what's going on in their heads. I just, it's sad to see that people would actually like it's almost like I had to like kind of shake my head. I thought to myself, like, hold on a second here. Like, my business is no different than if you look at my business 6 months ago, 10 months ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. In the event somebody was to scroll my news feed, it hasn't changed. There hasn't been a detour on my path because there's, a world crisis going on. But I can tell you this, there's a lot of people right now that are in their homes that have a lot of time, okay, which they didn't have 2 weeks ago. They have a lot of time where they can be learning new skills, okay, and creating a safety net for their family so that they're not in dire straits and they're not panicking. Because in 2 weeks from now or a month from now, there will be a lot of people that are panicking, not knowing what to do. And in the event that these documents don't get signed by the government and they can't get money into the hands of the people, like, put it this way, all the homeless people that were out panhandling for money, where are they going to get money from now? Think about this. The people that were only making minimum wage plus tips, working as a waiter, a waitress, a bartender, what the heck are they supposed to do as the little tiny bit of money that they have runs out because they're not upping their skills? So what are they going to do now? How are they going to go buy groceries? Okay. And this is something that you got to think about. You need to raise people's vibrations out there. I absolutely agree. OMG, they're addicted to suffering and can't see a path to success when it's staring them in their face. Scumbags. Selfish. Support the teamwork that lifts and supports the others on their journey. Absolutely. We are the business of helping people solve their problems. Always spot on, Darren. Appreciate that, John. They take your money and then are nowhere to be found, have zero interest in helping the people. That is what I'm talking about. Okay, right there is what I'm talking about, what Chrissy has posted. Okay, in the event that somebody is doing this with their income, the first thing that I want to know is how many people on your personal team are making full-time incomes. And I'm not talking about other marketers that already have a list of qualified buyers and they send out a list and now they're showcasing other marketers that are showcasing their incomes. I'm talking about the single mom. I'm talking about the electrician that got laid off. I'm talking about the welder. I'm talking about the guy in the automotive center. I'm talking about the person that works in a mall. I'm talking about the waiter, the waitress, the bartender, people that are in the hospitality industry. Where are those stories, guys? That's what I want to know. Where are those stories? Because if there's not at least 5 rags to riches stories, you got a problem. That's giving people opportunities to make change. The more value you offer to others, the more valuable you are, especially on these current times. We're here to help solve people's problems. Okay, there's a ton more comments, guys. I don't want to take time just to showcase all the comments. What I want to do is I want to talk to you today about how to make money today. Okay, because that's what people need. Okay, they need to be able to make money now, not 6 weeks from now, not 2 months from now, not 90 days from now. They need money today. Okay, what's the secret? What's the secret? Most people that get into our particular industry of either network marketing, affiliate marketing, MLM, the direct sales model, anything where you're building out a team, okay, especially if it's in health and wellness, energy drinks, nutraceuticals, brain enhancement drinks, credit repair, whatever. Most companies have a delay before you're going to get paid. So in the event that you start right here, this is your day one that you start, and then you make a bunch of sales, okay? And it shows up in your back office that you've got money that's going to be coming to you. Most companies have a delay, okay? Some companies it's 4 weeks, some companies it's 6 weeks, some companies it's even longer than that because they take into account that there might be chargebacks. So they hold on to the money and they release it in little bits, right? So when you're making your sales or you're recruiting your team, it's not going to solve your problem right now. It's not going to solve your problem right now. So typically, anybody who's a 7-figure income earner, even if they're with an MLM company, let's say that this is their primary business, doesn't matter what the business is, it's their primary business, they have something here on the front end that's going to pay them today, okay? They make a sale, they get paid today, okay? Not in 6 weeks, not in 2 months, not in 3 months from now. It's instant. And this is the difference between the 7-figure model and what most people do when they get into either MLM or network marketing, okay? They've got their primary business on the front end instead of actually targeting the mass market of all of the people. So what can you do to help every single one of the people in the industry, whether it's weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, brain enhancements, credit repair, energy drinks, legal, whatever? It doesn't matter, okay? Whatever you have has to be able to help all the people, not just you going out and selling your anti-aging cream or your weight loss products or whatever, because that's going to put you onto a delay of when you're going to get paid, okay? This is the truth. And the difference between the big money earners and the no money earners is the big money earners understand the 7-figure model. So this thing, whatever this is, it might be about mindset. It could be personal development, could be lead generation, could be list building. Whatever this is on the front end is something that's going to help every single company. Every single company, okay? And it's not about you. It's about the people. The people, guys. It's not about you going out and trying to convince somebody that you have the best thing since sliced bread and they need to join your weight loss or your skincare or your nutraceutical or your chemical-free products. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being able to help everybody. And what that does is it opens up the largest market for you of qualified buyers, and you're going to be able to help those people. And the moment that you make the transaction, you get paid today. And that becomes your safety net. Now, from that money, you can now pay for your ad campaign. You can pay for your event tickets, your airfare, your branding, everything gets paid from this thing right here on the front end that helps everybody. This is the difference. So people typically ask myself and Ari how it's possible for us to take somebody who's a brand new newbie, who's never marketed ever a day in their life, and take them from 0 to 25,000, 0 to 45,000 in 1 month. How do we do that? We teach them what we do. We teach them the 7-figure business model, and that's why they go to the top so fast. That's why we got 20-year-old kids that made $250,000 in 18 months, because they're working the 7-figure model versus what everybody else does. Now, here's the stats, guys. Here's the industry stats. The entire industry, 97% of the people will fail right now. So these people that are out there with logos plastered all over their wall, all over their branding, every single post is about their business. Those are typically the broke people, okay? That's what the corporate America business model is. They're following a corporate America business model and trying to jam it into a leadership business model, and they're not the same. They're not the same. They're like apples and oranges. So what's the difference? What's the difference? How do you become the attractor factor? You need to take the focus off whatever it is that you think that you're marketing and put it on helping people to solve their pain, okay? Now, in the event that you're just bridging over from the corporate America business model into a leadership business model, you got to know these strategies. If you don't, you're on the 97% curve versus the 3% curve. There's only 0.1%. 0.1% of the entire industry that makes more than $400 a month. This is facts, guys. You can go to any major company, go to the Direct Sellers Association. They all have income disclosure forms. You can see all of the income of what people make in our industry. Okay. So if you want to be able to create an actual safety net, okay, couple things. Number one, you got to be able to follow a proven path. Okay. That typically means mentorship. Number two, in the event that somebody is doing this with their income, ask to see a minimum of 5 rags to riches stories. And I'm not talking about from other marketers. I'm talking about people that have never marketed a day in their life before, that they've been able to get into full-time incomes. 5 minimum, okay? 5 minimum. In the event that they do not have any, there is a big red flag that you're not dealing with a heart-centered leader. You're dealing with an ego-driven leader. And that is not our industry, guys. So keep that in mind. But there's a specific formula that if you implement it, it's pretty much like, the fast track, because you're doing what the 7-figure income earners do versus what all the broke people are doing. And there's a lot of people out there that are touting whatever that they're doing, okay? But when you really break it down and you were to get on Zoom and say, log into your back office, they're not making money. How is a person not making money going to help you make money? Think about it. In the event that their formula was working, they would be making a full-time income too. So you got to be the detective, guys. You got to be the detective. You're the CEO of your future business that you're going to start. And the worst thing that can happen is that you end up on a path that's a failing path already, right? It's kind of like monkey see, monkey do. So if you've got a chain of people and every one of them is in the 97%, how exactly is that going to help you fast track your career and create a safety net for you and your family? Think about that. Think about that. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna I want to just see, we had a whole ton of people tuning in here. Little tag there, Fernando, Atlanta's in the house, awesome. The more you give for the people, the more you get back, absolutely. A couple tags, Rob Proctor says, nice, I appreciate that. Another tag, Darren does care about the people, I appreciate that, Angeline. The tag, I agree, Angeline. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Chrissy. You are a true leader. Thanks for always being there. Happy to help. Single moms like me need support of real leaders, not takers. I absolutely agree with that. Thank you for your genuine care. Happy to help, Tatiana. Facebook user says, so true. I just lost my spot there. Just hold on a sec. Blake Smith, welcome back. I hope you're making out with the real estate transaction. That's real talk, the supply chain and its ripple effect. I agree with you, Chrissy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Sticking to the script is the best way to help people. Don't ad lib, though it's tempting. Okay, let's help people make money right now. Another tag, another tag, another tag. Thanks for that. Real Mentor has huge bonuses on the back end. That's what it's about. Here's the thing, guys. Like when I'm gonna share with you 2 different companies where I've gone to the top to be the #1 income earner. And I was the only person that was not marketing the company. Now think about that. How's that even possible? So I'm the #1 income earner, but I'm not out marketing the company. How's that possible? Okay. What I was doing was helping the people to solve their pain, all of the pain points that the market was going through. So the bonuses that I had helped the people solve their pain and turn them into top recruiters and top income earners. So people would say, well, I want that. How do I get that $5,000 bonus, Darren? How do I get that $10,000 bonus? Right now in our Black Ops, we have over $20,000 in training that we give to the people for free when they just activate and learn the formula. Okay. So I wasn't marketing the company. You didn't see logos all over my wall. There was none. So how could I be the top income earner? Because all the top income earners came from this, which had nothing to do with the company. This is where all the top income earners came from, was what I was doing. So people said, well, how do I get that? You get that when you join this. And that's the difference. People that are true heart-centered leaders, they want to see their people rise. In the event that they have no people rising on their team, they feel like they failed. If they're a real heart-centered leader, this is fact. That's what was drilled into me when I was just getting into this industry 3 decades ago. Okay, 3 decades ago. Sherry Sharon, welcome. How are you? Cash flow is king, and that's really about the 7-figure business model. Another tag. Mark Presswood, thank you. Good evening, Darren. Missing the first part. We'll catch the replay. Thanks again, giving all this value you're giving us. Happy to help. Happy to help. Facebook user just said thanks for sharing. Let's see, we got some more tags here. Mark Presswood, cracked me up. I like the term attractor factor. Awesome. Stephen, welcome back, brother. How are you? Good to see you back. Good to see you back. I agree. Be the detective. Only a person making money can help you make money. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, in the event that you want to become a master race car driver, you typically want to go to somebody who's won races that can teach you how to become a master race car driver. You typically don't say, I want to be a master race car driver, and then go to a 89-year-old grandma to learn how to race a car, right? It's the same in any industry, whether you're showing dogs, or you're riding horses, or you want to master being the best lawyer out there. It typically is piggybacking off of other people who have already mastered the skills, right? Brandon says, well said, thank you. This is awesome stuff as usual. Thank you, David, appreciate you. Darren, you always give great value. Thank you so much. Who do we got here? Trucker in the nest, flopping his wings as a front man in training, soon out of the nest. This baby is growing. Appreciate your teachings. Happy to help, my friend. It takes a village to raise a child. Hey, Darren, it's Sam. Caught you live. Awesome. Heart-centered leaders are the key to all good things. I totally agree. Martin says, awesome value. Appreciate that. Okay, we got a bunch of tags here. Linda says, thank you. Awesome. Appreciate you. Well said, Darren. Awesome value as always. Maggie, so much value as always. Guys, you know what? Here's what I want to tell you, okay? This time right now is unprecedented. It's something that none of us have ever seen before, ever, okay? To be in a situation where you're literally in lockdown and you're scared for your life, and it's separating the people. And like, human beings need touch. Human beings need to hug each other and embrace each other and shake each other's hands, and that's connection. That's a connection, okay? And the media right now has put so much fear into the people that they're scared for their life. And now the whole thing is, well, hey, well, you might not show any symptoms, but, now your parents are at risk, or your grandparents are at risk. So now there's family separation now between the grandkids and the grandparents, or the great-grandparents. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. And, there's got to be some other agenda here that's going on behind the scenes. There has to be. There has to be, guys, okay? But for whatever reason, we're here right now. We're here in these times right now. And instead of you watching Netflix and watching television, which is not going to help you transform your life, because the businesses that have been forced to close, those entrepreneurs, my family used to be in the food and hotel industry. Okay. And I can tell you that the restaurant industry has very, very tiny margins to be able to be profitable. And they count on the volume of people coming through in order to be successful. Now, when you lock the door and you take away the traffic of the people, that entrepreneur still has to be able to pay for the infrastructure. They've got electricity, they've got water, they've got the rent of the place or the lease of the place. They have expenses that they have to be able to take care of. And they're in a position where they feel like family to all of their staff. Now, imagine the pressure on the entrepreneur who's the owner of that restaurant that's just a ma and pa shop. Okay. They're just a ma and pa shop. And they may, like, in our hotel, we had staff that worked at the hotel from the time that we opened until for 35 years. 35 years, guys, they stayed working for our business. Think about that. Their entire career was working at our hotel and restaurants. Okay. So I can tell you that there's a family, a community that develops in a business. So now you've got broken businesses, broken families, and those entrepreneurs feel responsible for all of those people, the cooks, the chef, the waiters, the waitresses, the bartenders, the hostess people. The amount of stress and pressure that is on those people that feels responsible for the rest of those families is off the chain. Okay, it's off the chain, guys. And nobody knows what the next move is. It could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be 3 months. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how long lockdown is going to take to be able to get to over the other side of the curve so that they have control over this thing. So right now, everybody's in massive fear. Everybody's in massive panic. There is a massive state of anxiety, uncertainty, and plus when you're in a confined zone, guess what can happen if you've already got anxiety? You can spiral down like this into depression, especially if there's no income coming in, guys. Especially if there's no income coming in. So what I will want to put out to you on today's broadcast is this. Don't come down on people because they're genuinely trying to help the people. That is not cool, guys. That is not cool. So, in other words, a year ago, okay, when I was helping people go from 0 to 300,000, 0 to 400,000, right? What's different about then to right now? There's no difference. There's no difference, guys. And that's the thing that you got to understand. The people that are out there that genuinely want to help people, that are heart-centered leaders, don't be bashing them. Don't say, oh, well, now you're trying to prey on the people. I've never preyed on anybody. I've never preyed on a single person. And the value that they get in millionaire mentoring far exceeds 100 times over the value that they get in their life. There's been families that were actually divorced for 4 years that got remarried because of going through millionaire mentoring. There's been lives and families have come back together and relationships have been healed, and people that haven't talked to their sister or their brother or their parents for 10 or 12 years, that those relationships have been healed and mended from people learning about this and mindset and surrendering and stepping into their power and owning things, owning their timeline, right? So, I was quite shocked, okay? And I've seen it a bunch of times come up on the news feed, and I was a little bit taken back by it, quite frankly. Because in the event that you are a heart-centered leader, you're always doing stuff to make a difference. Always doing stuff to make a difference. One Facebook group that I have called Quantum Millionaire, there's 5,700 people in there. And I did not spend a single penny on paid ads. Those people told people who told people who told people, because they got actual life-changing value from the group. I didn't spend money on paid ads to drive people into the group. They came on their own. They came from telling other people who told other people who told other people. This is my point. So don't knock the people that are actually trying to make a difference on the planet and couple them into the toilet paper hoarders and the sanitizer hoarders and the people that bought out the whole freaking meat department. I mean, that's a whole different ball game, guys. Seriously. And Ann says, I love that. There's no difference. Business as usual. You're correct. That is the value that's delivered to the community. Always, Darren Little is always proud to see others succeed. That's his business. Appreciate that, Mark. True leader wants the best for others and sees the best in others and blazes the trail, holds the vision, keeps the faith to fight the fear. And that's what Darren Little does. I appreciate that, Ron Mayberry. Millionaire mentoring is a blessing. I did 3K in 3 days recently because of Darren's training, just following it step by step, no changes. His stuff has always worked for me, and it's been working for over 15 years. That group is my bedrock. The community is so supportive, and everyone helps each other. Thank you, Samuel. Super proud of you. Amen. Church is in session today. Thanks, Darren. Thanks, Mark. So, guys, let's lock arms together. You know what I mean? Let's support one another. If you really get our industry and you really understand what it's really about, it's about the people. It's not about your products. It's not about your comp plan. It's not about your patents and your trademarks, your management team, and wah. Nobody cares. Okay? How many people are you taking to the promised land? That's the only thing that matters. And if the answer is 0, you better pull up your bootstraps and change your focus from your personal income to helping the people, and be a humble servant leader and make a difference on this planet, because that, my friends, is what our industry is supposed to be about. And that's when you're going to get fulfillment, is when you start helping to transform other people's lives. Other people's lives. Not lining your own pocketbook. Not lining your own bank account when you're the only person that has an income story. So, guys, hopefully you got some value from this. If you did, please throw me a comment down there below. If you tune in after, throw me a hashtag replay. Tell me what your takeaway was from this particular broadcast. I'm excited right now because we've got an opportunity to support one another and help people get to their breakthrough when they have a lot of time on their hands. And you can either do Netflix and spin your wheels, or you can actually create a financial safety net for you and your family. And now's the best time, when you have a lot of time, to be able to do that. So thanks a lot for joining me. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And guys, let's go make a difference. Have a great day. All the best.